Hello ladies and gentlemen, it is me back again with Critical Failure. So this is going to be on the Duergar Warlord. I imagine something like a Viking chieftain whenever I just start thinking about this warlord, not gonna lie. I just imagine that. Like a very bulk one, like probably the shield warrior or whatever it was called from the For Honor one, where the Viking with the shield. That's the one I'm thinking of. But anyway, these guys are the elite, like highest of the highest, best fighters, and they are extremely capable. They are intelligent enough to be able to fight well and know what they're doing, being able to outsmart their enemies, and they're charismatic enough to boost the morale of their fellow soldiers and what that are Duergar, which is extremely important amongst the Duergar community, apparently, that they can only really, through their abilities, bolster each other of the same race. But anyways, let's get into the statistics. It's a medium humanoid that's lawful evil with an AC of 20, which its AC is consists of plate mail and a shield. Its average HP count of 75, and it's 10d8 plus 50. No, 30. It's a 30 out of 50. It has a strength of 18 plus 4, dexterity of 11 plus 0, constitution of 17 plus 3, which, if I'm correct, has the highest constitution of any of the Duergar I've covered so far, intelligence of 12 plus 1, wisdom of 12 plus 1, and a charisma of 14 plus 2. And I believe it has one of the higher charismas, not the highest, but one of the higher ones. And this comes into effect later. Excuse me. Has a damage resistance to poison. Its senses are dark vision up to 120 feet and passive perception of 11. It speaks Dwarvish and Undercommon, and it is a CR of 6, so its challenge rating is 6. It's 2,300 XP, and its abilities are Duergar Resilience. Basically, it has saves against poison, spells, and illusions, and it has resistance to being charmed and paralyzed, which is extremely helpful. I would say, even for an optional thing, just make them immune to poison in general. Like, they fought so much in poisons, just don't bother them. And they have sunlight sensitivity, so while in sunlight they have disadvantage on attack rolls, and they have disadvantage on perception checks dealing with sight while in sunlight. It has multi-attack for its action, so it can make 3 hammer or javelin attacks, and it can use call to arms or enlarge as an action while they are available. Its hammer is called the Psychic Attuned Hammer. It's a melee weapon attack, plus 7 to hit, reach of 5 feet, 1 target only. It does average 9, 1d10 plus 4 damage, bludgeoning damage, or 15, 2d10 plus 4 bludgeoning damage while enlarged, plus 5 average 1d10 psychic damage. So that's really useful to have, because Psychic is one of those ones where it's not really resisted or immune to. So it's going to be really useful. The Javelin is a melee or ranged weapon attack. Reach of 5 feet or 30 to 120 feet when thrown. 7 average or 1d6 plus 4 piercing damage, or 11, which would be average 2d6 plus 4 while enlarged. It has an ability called Call to Arms, which up to 3 allied Duergar within 120 feet can use, that can hear the Duergar Warlord, can use one melee weapon attack as, no, it just has one weapon attack. I keep thinking melee weapon attack, but it can use one weapon attack as a reaction. And of course, it knows enlarge. So for 1 minute, it increases in size. Everything that it's wearing and carrying is also increased in size. And it fits the room, so it is considered a size larger. So say the cavern or wherever it is, I say cavern because that's where you're more likely going to meet them, but the cavern is small enough to where it can, to where it won't be considered like a giant, like large enough to fit the room, but it grows enough to where it's still able to fit and fight as if it was large, and still is considered large. But it doubles its weapon attacks that require strength for its ability, and it doubles all checks and saves using strength. And it has invisibility for 1 hour, so you know all the same perks for that. And you know that if it goes, if any creature uses anything like a speller and tries to attack, then it loses its ability, the spell of, I'm trying to phrase it right, it loses its cloak of invisibility basically, so it ends up becoming visible. It has a reaction called Scouring Instruction, which an ally that can see, that the Duergar can see, makes a d20 roll as a reaction. No, I'm wrong. It just makes a d20 roll. The Duergar Warlord can roll a d6, and the ally can add the d6 to that d20 that was rolled. So say it was an attack, they add that d6 to it, but if they decide to do that, they will take average of 3 or 1d6 psychic damage. So say you have an attack, right? You hit, or say you hit and then you're dealing 3 damage and you want to roll a d6 and you roll a 6, but you have to take that damage. Are you going to take it? I would say possibly. You would have to roll first and then you take the damage, just in case, because you can't say I'll roll first and then take the damage. It's like, no, you take the damage and then roll. That would make more sense. But any creatures that are immune to psychic damage are actually immune from that effect. So if you temporarily give like a Duergar psychic resistance or immunity, then it'll ignore that side effect and just not have that ability whatsoever. Or your character, which would be pretty cool. But I gave it some optional stuff, so I'm going into the optional section of this video, which I gave one called Warcry, which all Duergar allies that are within, I think, 90 feet of the Duergar Warlord, which I can imagine a lot, but it's within 90 feet of a circle of it, get an extra 2d6 temporary hit points on a recharge of 5 or 6. Now this is based on hearing, so I would say blindness, deafness, and would work very well in an area in this kind of circumstance. So if you could magically create a potion that you can throw like a grenade and just like deafen the fuck out of everyone, that would be really smart. Call it a boomstick. But I also gave it the ability to have protection. So basically, if there are any this one's called Warlord Protection, but any ally that is within 5 feet of the Duergar Warlord, excuse me, will use their reaction to take the damage for the Warlord that it was supposed to take. So say that your character is dealing 28 points of damage to the Duergar Warlord, any ally that it has within 5 feet is going to take that damage instead, so it'll kill itself to save it. That's just its job. And then I gave it the ability called Psychic Slam. So basically, it creates a immense pressure in your head, and you just like get knocked prone. So it chooses one enemy that it can see within 30 feet, and they must make a DC 14 Wisdom saving throw, or take 2d8 psychic damage and be knocked prone. I didn't want to do it unconscious because that doesn't make any sense. I just figured like you'd be sitting there clutching your head for like a whole round while on the ground, like spasming, and then after that you're done. That's what I kind of imagined. But yeah, these guys are pretty brutal. They're really strong. I would say that if you're going to encounter Duergar, you're probably not going to find one of these guys initially unless you're in the village, and then this guy is going to be the one slaughtering a lot of people in a type of war type of standpoint, or he's going to be the one really tearing up your party. Like if you might have a TPK and you're a semi-low level party, you're going to have it from this guy. This guy is going to be the one that should scare the hell out of you. But anyway, that is a Duergar Warlord. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. It's I had to record it now twice because the last time my phone decided to have a meltdown. But anyways, please leave a like and subscribe as I bring you more D&D content in the future. Please comment down below what you would like us to do, and what you would like to see from the channel. I don't know why I forgot that, but please do that. Please share with your friends and show them like just a random D&D channel that is trying to bring a little bit of light to the world, you know? And hopefully in the next following months, a campaign. That would be amazing. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. Bye.